So this part presents the PMI as an international professional body that possesses an aim, a mission, and the way that it has been engaged in the development of the profession of project management throughout the years. The essentiality of PMI as an organization knowledge is that it develops credibility that makes PMI certifications famous and admired all over in industries and regions. The next point in the presentation will be the PMI certification portfolio, or Agile Certified Practitioner, or PMI ACP. The chapter introduces the distinctiveness of the PMI ACP, which the target audience, you people, is connected with, and the way it can be applied to bring value to the agile and hybrid space of projects. And lastly, the presentation also lays emphasis on the certification process, eligibility process, examination structure, and the advantages of certification, as well as why certification should be renewed after accreditation. The overall result after the work is done is that my classmates are required to gain a comprehensive and practical knowledge of whether or otherwise to take the PMI ACP depending on the career and professional inclinations. PMI has become very famous in formulating internationally recognized standards, certifications, and learning materials. These services assist project managers to develop proficiency, observe professional competence, and keep in touch with the market trends through the integration of research, training, and certification programs. Now, in this next slide, we will going to talk about the PMI mission, vision, and history. In 1969, a few project management professionals established the foundation of PMI to realize that there was a necessity to have a formal organization in professional circles. Over the years since its inception, PMI has become a strong global institution that has significantly impacted the manner in which projects are managed and governed in the industries. It has a long history, which indicates that it adapts to the changes in the profession. The PMI mission focuses on the promotion of the project management profession and the empowerment of individuals and organizations in the accomplishment of successful results. Now let's talk about the membership and global presence. PMI has diversified with hundreds of thousands of members all over the world. Membership may be extended to the seasoned professionals as well as to students, and this has made membership affordable to other professionals also. The advantages of the membership are networking, professional development tools, and access to PMI publications and access to resources. Besides the membership, PMI has a local presence in local chapters and communities of practice in the other continents. These are the chapters that are towards the regional interaction, events, and learning. Such a broad scope makes PMI certifications such as the PMI ACP more credible, as they will be accepted and appreciated by employers all over the world. Now let's talk about the activities, training, and publications of PMI. PMI also helps in the development of the profession of project management with a broad spectrum of activities that encourage lifelong learning and professional development. Training programs and certifications as one of their primary functions aid practitioners in acquiring new abilities and confirming their knowledge. Such programs cover both the traditional and agile project management styles. Along with training, PMI also releases internationally accepted standards, including the PMBOK guide, which is the basic reference for project managers all over the world. So let me introduce PMI ACP to you. The project management efforts have undergone tremendous changes over the last decade owing to the swift technology change. The PMI ACP is not limited to one framework, as the certifications are based on a variety of agile methodologies, for example, Scrum, Kanban, Lean, and Extreme Programming. This renders the certification to cut across various project conditions. The PMI ACP is based on knowledge and experience. The candidates must have undertaken a real-world agile project exposure besides formal training. Since it comes with PMI, the certification has worldwide recognition and credibility. Now, who should pursue PMI ACP? The PMI ACP certification is positioned correctly for professionals working actively in either agile or hybrid project settings. It involves the agile project managers, scrum masters, and team leaders who lead teams through iterative and adaptive methods. The certification also helps them in proving that they are capable of implementing the principles of agile into practice rather than the theoretical practical knowledge of the same. So in this slide, I'm going to talk about the PMI ACP validity and international reach. So PMI ACP certification is renewed within 3 years. And this fact shows that one has to always stay a student and become a better person on a professional level. Now, in this slide, I'm going to talk about eligibility and requirement. So PMI has set specific eligibility requirements that all candidates must fulfill before they can apply for the PMI ACP certification. They consist of both a mix of general project management experience and experience working on Agile projects. This is so that the candidates are exposed to the real-life Agile environment and not necessarily theoretical skills. They will also be expected to undergo a specified number of formal training hours of Agile practices beside experience. The application of PMI has all the eligibility information considered, which contributes to the credibility and rigor of PMI ACP certification. Now, what's the processes of PMI ACP? To apply to the PMI ACP, it starts with the receipt of the electronic application to the PMI certification system. The applicants will be requested to record their experience in project management, working hours that they dedicated to the Agile project, and the hours they spent in training. The documentation should also be detailed and specific as not to delay or even audit the applications. Upon approval of the applications, the applicants will be at liberty to pay the exam fee and set their certification exam. This kind of organizational system will result in the fairness of treatment, uniformity, and quality of applicants to the PMI ACP. Now, let's look at the PMI ACP exam overview. So PMI ACP test is a multi-choice computer-based test, and it is taken to test the knowledge and practices of Agile principles. The Agile frameworks and practices of the test are also very numerous, which is also characteristic of the comprehensive and framework neutral certification. This is so that the applicants are able to put into practice the Agile concepts in varying projects setup. The test is timed and standardized such that the test can be standard and unbiased. It is not simply the assessment according to the clarity of the theory, but rapid practice that can be applied in the practical scenario. The exam will prove that a person can become a good Agile practitioner in a working project. In this slide, I'm going to talk about the fees and cost of the PMI ACP. The PMI ACP certification has a number of cost implications. The main cost is the cost of exam, and this cost determines whether the applicant is the member or the non-member of PMI. The benefits of being a PMI member are that it is a discounted fee to take the exam, and it is therefore a low-cost alternative to those who intend to undergo certification. Besides the exam fee, the cost of the formal Agile training courses could be another requirement, as well as to cover the eligibility requirements. The retake fees are imposed in instances where a student fails in the exam on the first attempt. These expenses are predetermined, and this will assist the candidates in budgeting their money and whether the certification is worth their money in regards to the profession or not. So how can you maintain the PMI ACP certification? The certification is not renewed automatically, so the PMI ACP certification requires the continued professional development, professional growth to keep the certification. The individuals who hold the certification must complete a certain number of PDUs, professional development units, in a span of 3 years after the certification. These PDUs should be related to the Agile education, project management education, or leadership education. This renewal is a lifelong learning, focused, and makes certified professionals abreast with the changes in the practices that are Agile. The PDUs may be gained with the help of training or through the partaking of webinars or during the work on Agile communities. This is explained by the fact that the PMI ACP credential is sustainable in the future due to the need of continuous growth. So what will happen if you graduate as a PMI ACP? So the PMI ACP certification is of great professional worth to graduate students. It is a tool that bridges a gap between theory and practice, which is on the ground, because it improves applied skills. Agile and hybrid approaches are increasingly getting popular in organizations to ensure that job readiness is enhanced by the use of a known Agile certification. Also, PMI ACP improves employability by indicating dedication to professional development and flexibility. It trains students to become leaders of an agile team and is also quite compatible with the modern project environment. PMI ACP may be a strategically important credential that helps students develop their careers in the field of project management, even though their jobs are long-term. So, key takeaways and recommendations. So altogether, the Project Management Institute, PMI, is a vital organization that contributes to the development of a profession of project managers in terms of standards, training, and certification. PMI ACP certification is a widely acknowledged certification that validates the knowledge of agile and practical expertise in various structures. Although the investment in time, effort, and work experience was significant to attain the PMI ACP, it is highly advantageous to the career, in line with people seeking agile or hybrid project management positions. The certification offers credibility and a competitive edge. PMI ACP can be used by those individuals who are determined to develop the skills of working in agile projects.